Pain body and ego are smart. If they find out when challenges come, then I would practice presence. Instead of turning into reaction and attack them back, wouldn't they use or manipulate that? Let's see. So the question is, wouldn't the pain body or the ego use the advantage when facing someone who is practicing presence? Would the ego manipulate that? You are practicing presence instead of turning into reaction and attack them back. Of course, out of presence you never attack. Presence deals with things in a different way. It doesn't attack. And the ego cannot manipulate presence. The ego feels uneasy, sometimes threatened in the face of presence, but it can't really do anything with it. If one person is present, the other person is acting out their ego, out of their ego. The ego cannot manipulate presence, and presence, of course, never manipulates anything or anybody. Presence is straight, clear consciousness. So you are not at a disadvantage when you are present. You cannot be manipulated by the ego. The ego cannot prevail against presence. The ego will withdraw in sustained presence. Infinitely more powerful than the ego. But because it's so powerful, it does not need to attack. Presence never attacks the ego. It looks through the ego. That's why you don't react from presence. You don't react to another person's ego when you're present. Because the moment you react to the ego, you become trapped in ego yourself. It requires practice to stay present in the face of the ego, and with one person or even several people around you who are dominated by ego. For quite a while you may lose presence when faced with strong egos, and that's part of practicing presence, to sustain presence even when confronted with a huge ego. It is that which deepens your presence. All those challenges of having to confront humans with huge egos, that is the practice of presence, and that deepens your presence. Without the challenges, presence wouldn't deepen because it wouldn't have to deepen. If you were in a totally sheltered environment, you could sustain presence, perhaps, but it wouldn't need to go very deep because there would be perhaps no challenges except your own mind. Let's say you're able already to let go of compulsive thinking, and then you're not being challenged by other humans and situations created by unconscious humans. So it's the challenges that force you to become more alert. So we can be thankful for all those big egos around us. They're all playing their games, the egos. Different kinds of games. The ego is a mask. It's a role that people play. They don't know it. They become their role. And they want you to become part of their role that they play. They have all kinds of tricks to make you participate in that game or that role playing. And egos are very good at drawing people into their particular role, make them part of it, make them react. The moment you react to somebody's role that they play, you have become incorporated into the script, into somebody else's script, and then you play along. But probably because something in their script resonates with parts of your script too. Totally unreal, but that makes up a large part of human interaction, role-playing. So what you practice is alertness, sustaining alert presence in the face of big egos around you that want something, that are talking to you, they are provoking you into reaction, or the ego reinforced by the pain body in another person. Even more energy coming towards you. Intense presence is required. It's a wonderful spiritual practice. So be thankful for the egos around you. Be aware of your own ego, of course, as it comes up.